this live stream, I'm gonna talk about some stuff that you asked me in the previous post. It's your questions, and after, with the hot tea, I'm gonna, no, right here. You don't see it. Oh, be careful, please. Thank you. I just want here, right here. So, okay. I just have a throwing. Okay, guys. So first question was, aside from arts, music, painting, dancing, what are your passions? Hey, Andrea, hi. So, I really like cooking. It's not like, passion about that I want to work as a chef, but I cook every day, and it's not something random, and I pretty much can cook anything, and people like it, and I like to do it aesthetically pretty. I'm really into plants, and I have a lot of them at home, and I like to propagate them. And if before I just liked plants, bought them, but they died, because you really need to care about them appropriately, right? So now I know how to propagate them and take care of them and grow them healthy and big and stuff like that. So I kind of can say that it's a passion of mine. And what I'm really passionate about is actually interior design. I love it. It makes me really have that, kind of instant gratification by actually creating something. So I creating something very fast, like do painting on the wall and ta-da, or building some shelves or whatever. It makes me feel some productivity. So yes, plus yes, I love roller skating and swimming. And well, I do sport a lot, but it's kind of challenging, so I can't say that I'm really passionate about it, but it's kind of big part of my life. And yes, of course, like last one is a fashion, but I like to sew. This is actually, it could be a profession one day, something bigger one day. I really enjoy that process of sewing. It's just so relaxing, and I loved it since I was a little child, really. And I kind of like that expression through the clothes and thing that we can present through our appearance. But in the same time, I'm not a freaky freak like people with tattoos and piercing. It's not that I wanna shock anybody. I just like aesthetic and weaving clothes or sewing clothes. No, I mean you take piece of cloth, textile, and you sewing it together to make a dress or skirt or something like that. So, another question about my childhood and about my family, if I keep in touch with them. So I have only my mother in Russia, and I have my sister who lives in France, and I keep in touch with them pretty much like every day, texting, calling each other. We see each other several times a year. Well, because it's was COVID, long distance, and visas, but I looking forward one day, you know, live closer, and I maybe in a few years will be able to bring my mom here. So the childhood, it's just a very kind of long story, right? It's hard to explain childhood in by answering a question. So I will I will come to this question in maybe later in the live stream. So there is a question about my health, about the surgery, and so about my health, I'm still in the same, with the same diagnosis, vascular necrosis in my hip, and as I told you guys before, there is nothing else to do, only a hip replacement, and I will do that one day, but because I'm young, I need to extend that time, and I will see how I will kind of like survive with that shots, steroid shots in the hip. Another thing is about recording metal covers, music videos, and Iron Maiden covers. So I want it, I'm in the process, and I will do that, and I'm partially doing that. But sometimes just life on the way, and it's just that super stupid explanation. I have a toddler, Sophie, and she goes to the preschool, right? And I mean, it's a kinder care, something like a kindergarten. And she just bringing home all the time some cold, stuff. And my throat, like from time to time, all the time, in the bad shape. So I'm not trying to like make right now that hello there sexy voice. Is just that condition that my throat like kind of hurt. And yes, I need a hottie tea. So I want to record actually Revelations, Children of the Dam, and maybe Men of Sorrows, I don't know. But these two I actually sometimes like, sing, and I feel, yeah, it's very like well suits the voice and manner. So, but I'm also looking forward to record my own songs, and maybe go to New York to record some video in interesting locations, because where I live, there is no interesting locations. So next question. Oh, it actually was do I like song or band suggestions? Well, honestly, it's a tricky part, because on the one hand, yes, I need to have... Sophie? Малютка София идет ко мне. ко мне. Иди покажи всем свою necklace. Покажи necklace. Все, ожерелье покажи красивое. Ты моя малютка Софи. Ну давай садись. Что он? Выключился Папа Тролл? О, ну. А папа где? А папа где? Он что, тебе не включил, Софи, Папа Тролл? Уже bedtime, Сонь.
No, I want the Paw.
Конечно, ты хочешь Папа Тролл.
I want the Paw.
Папа Тролл, Папа Тролл.
I want the
Я.
Paw.
Иди туда. Папа тебе включит Папа Тролл, Софи. В комнате. В комнате. В комнате, Сонь.
The doctor.
Да, это доктор.
The doctor. The white hair and the red. I'm going to white hair and the doctor.
Да, доктор.
The doctor and the white and the white hair.
Это когда вот так болит.
Doctor and болит. And болит. And like doctor болит.
Ну все, поцелуйчик, пока-пока.
Пока-пока.
Пока-пока. So, what did I tell you about suggestions, band and songs? I did for many videos topics by suggestions. So people suggested me something that I never heard before, and it was like a reaction for the first time. And so the thing is, I just not that person who gonna pretend that, oh my god, what a band, what a awesome musicians, and what a crazy song. I never heard anything like that. But this is what people expect. They suggesting something, saying something like, thank me later, you are welcome. I suggested you something what's gonna blow your mind. And then I like listening it and I can't say anything wow, because it's just not hitting me. Maybe it's, you know, maybe it's even decent song, but I can't like express this reaction to, you kind of, you know, when you listen in something very 4/4, that simple chord progression, songs like that, like tones of them, and maybe they are nice, but like a playground, not like sitting in being to that. So I decided, well, when I want suggestions, I will ask, and or like vote which band you prefer for next week, something like that. But when I do the band, I listen everything, and I decided I need to choose what I choose, and not that I always choose everything what I like, but I think, okay, I need to like, when I recently, for example, did Rush, you know, I like listened Tom Sawyer and oh, help my memory. Well, another song that's super, Limelight. Another like 2 songs super hits, and honestly Subdivisions, I even put it on the Tuesday. I chose Subdivisions for myself because I kind of liked this song, but it was that time when I just listened through and wanted like have 2 big hits and 1 song that, in my opinion, like not overplayed. And then, yes, I'm talking about Rush. And then like boom, boom, I actually received such a feedback about that Subdivisions. And you know, I didn't even realize, but I chose it because I chose it, not because somebody recommended me. So, what I do is to just pick in the bands, yeah, that like close to my heart. And another thing, Andrea didn't ask a question. Mhm. What did you want to be when you were a little girl? It's first thing what I remember, actually I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to go into the cosmos, but maybe it's like every single kid's desire. But I think when I started to remember myself, I wanted to be an artist, performer, and in, like, you know, any form, any shape. But even though I remember I tried to participate everywhere, like I even played in school theater, but it wasn't like anything. It was just, you know, being active, and they will like accept you. But it's not like my parents brought me to the acting school, anything, not nothing like that. Next question. Do. How old are you? I yes, I'm almost 34. I'm gonna be 34 in September 14. And then in a year 35, and then I probably will first time go to some cosmetologist or something. I kind of feel I want to be like in my 20s, in like that train of you know, in the industry, art industry, show business, you need to be like useful. And I'm 33. So next, please do more AC/DC Back in Black. Unfortunately, I can't do AC/DC because they blocking videos, and I already done AC/DC Back in Black, and they blocked my video. I even couldn't upload. So there are some bands that I even done, like for example Beatles, but they also blocked. Like I did a very deep review for Let It Be, and didn't succeed in uploading. So next question. Well, not a question, but ask, request. Oh, there is some God and Jesus stuff. If there any your favorite bands? So actually, thank you for asking questions here too, guys, because there is some doubles in that post. And so my favorite bands, Pink Floyd first, and you know, sometimes maybe I like particularly now, I mean currently not listening them deeply, because I actually, from all of the bands, listening way more often Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath. But I would say, yeah, I really love the vibe and music and, well, everything about Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Pink Floyd, and, well, isn't it enough for a favorite? I like 70s, Janis Joplin, Hendrix, and Led Zeppelin. Yeah, it's just so. I would maybe ask you guys to leave me a suggestions or something that, like some band that we're not talking about, you know, it's not like a legend band, not dinosaur, but something what I would listen. I will take my like streaming, playing the streaming the whole albums while I'm cooking or something, and I will discover something now. Dio or Ozzy, who was better in Sabbath? um, you know, about the like ability to sing more powerful, I will say Dio. And Dio just produced a different energy. I just like Ozzy's tone and that era of Black Sabbath because it was more psychedelic kind of with metal, and then it became more modern in a way. And when I listen that kind of music, I kind of like that shades of 70s. The cold, electric and sonic tempo are good. Thank you. What's my favorite dance? I don't care about the name for the dance and style. I like to express myself through the movements, but I'm not like consider myself seriously as a dancer because I believe, because of respect to the dancers, you know, that they their craft pretty tough, pretty hard, and I can't like without training and without, you know, exact movements to like consider myself as a dancer. But I would say my dance style is a free spirited thing, like maybe a contemporary. So there is another. No ketchup or mustard, none of them. Do you have full US citizenship? So, this is the question that I would like to complain about. Not about question, but about that situation. Because I'm here in the United States 5.5 years. I received a green card for 2 years. They misspelled my name, and I've practically didn't have a green card for all these 2 years, and then it expired, even though I've done all this possible process to exchange green card. They still didn't send me a new one, and I basically like stuck and couldn't travel. So, and now I'm waiting my 10 years green card, but it takes, it can, it's a slow process. So I unfortunately don't have US citizenship, but it would be useful since I live here and have a child born here and husband, and I like literally can't go to Russia, for example, to see my mom because I have no green card. And if I will go away, you know, with the current situation, I couldn't come back. So if you threw tons of money at it, it would be faster. Hmm. Will we do a weekly review of tool and DevTones? Yes, Andrea, I will do it. It's just, you know, I have a list of all the bands that I want to cover, but I just write in that very day, decide when I sit and record, decide what I want to do because it's about the mood in that particular day. Um, Next question. It's not a question. Okay, guys. I'm reading you now. Do, 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 do. About classical music, if you asking, do you enjoy classical? What classical music? I don't. Not my vibe. Oh, mamma mia. Okay, there is a question about childhood that I will come back to. So, um, I was born in a small city near Black Sea in Russia, and we live with mama, papa, and my sister there until I was 7 years old, and then my parents divorced, and we moved with mama to grandparents. As I remember my childhood, it was very tough time. It was poverty. It was when you see your closest relatives with addiction. And when my dad died when I was 10, but for me it was like when I didn't see him after I was 8 years old, and it was of course traumatic. And my mom raised me and my sister alone, and she didn't earn much even though she was a doctor, and we had many situations where when we like boiled snow to have a water, or we went to the like the glass collecting place to bring the bottles, glass bottles, to exchange it to the money and then buy some food. So it was a tough time. So it was a tough time in Russia because of 90s, and as you know that Soviet Union to do in early 90s, and then Russia. In Russia we had like that perestroika, we call it perestroika, and it was like a lot of criminal stuff. Some people earning a lot of money, some people lost everything. So that school, I was the one who, well, I was lonely. I didn't have friends, and people, my classmates, they like humiliated me and wanted to throw me from the window, uh, put the buckets with dirty water on my head while I washed the tables in the classroom. Stuff like that, grabbed my hairs and threw me on the hallway, you know. Many things that made me, well, here in the United States it's called bullying, and it was the whole school years until maybe that 10th grade, and I hated school. And singing, it was actually only thing when I started to sing and perform in that all concerts at school. It was only thing when I feel that I good at, and people who bullied me like say, "Oh, you're singing good," you know. Even with that, people said me something like that. So it was kind of my thing that I was confident about. And actually, I was very good at sport at school, so I was very flexible, ran very fast, and all this, you know, jump high, jump far. It was very like naturally easy for me. But after my car accident, I kind of can't run, for example, that fast anymore. And however, I'm still flexible. So it was poopy childhood. Not gonna, you know, tell you that I miss childhood. It very rare were like highlights of something good. My mom always worked when like my sister and I, we have 7 years ahead between 7 years apart. And we didn't get along well in that moment of our, in that period. And she left the house when I was 11 years old. So my grandfather, basically like my substitution of my father, right? Another man, he had alcohol addiction, and it was the reason why he died. And it was very bad to see that. So my goal was faster grow up and start to, you know, be able to earn something, to be kind of more independent. And pretty much since I like first year of university, when I was on the first year, I started to work. And that it's a childhood, right? So many things was there, but short story that I don't have any questions in that posts anymore. And I actually feel kind of guilty, guys, that I'm not responding to is vodka the alcohol of choice in Russia? I don't think so. Where I grew up, it's more like Jameson whiskey. I don't know. I didn't drink, and I seen people drink any kinds of stuff. So Yeah, vodka is just, you know, something plain, and people saying that it's kind of, you don't feel that bad after. Like hangover is not that bad. I don't know why. Yeah, before I I read the comments all the time and tried to answer for them all the time. But now I feel guilty because I can not go to YouTube for like 3 days. And I mean, for YouTubers, you need to go every day, right? And check kind of email. So I don't go and I don't check, and I probably have thousands of messages, comments that I didn't reply. But genuinely, I just don't have a time to that. Sometimes I spend in 1 hour or 2 hours a day, just I'm sitting and have that focus. Now I need to answer for comments to engage with you guys. But on the other hand, 90% of the comments that I see is just kind of not messages to me or questions to me that I can reply to, but it's just the comments about that band or stuff. And I think how I can reply to something and be engaging if it's not even like related to me, because I don't like to be like copy paste thing and leave something like thank you. I wanna interact with people, but apparently people, not everybody wants to interact. And plus, I feel sometimes that how would say what I feel. What do you think I feel? Thank you, Eric. I will print a medal for myself that I'm a teacher, the best one. How long have you been in the United States? 5.5 years. I don't, my sister is not younger, my sister older, 7 years older than me. That's why she left when I was 11 and she was like 18, 19. But she just left to study in Europe. Let me, do you want to I can show you around. So, do you know my space? Right? In my lamp. So I started to actually paint the hall. I have a hallway. It's like when in that floor we enter in, we see in that hallway, and there's like a garage door and the storage and technical room. So I started to do something. What is that? I'm sorry. Yeah, I started to do something with that room. That's, oh my God, sorry guys, I'm shaking because my holder is just messing around. So this is what I started just a few days ago. It's a total mess. And here is Sophie just helped me. And I think it's just horrible now, but usually, you know, it's that process that you just begin, and somehow it's just cool. It's just somehow ended up cool. but I don't say that it's gonna be cool, because this is a lot, and paint on the wall is not very smooth. It's always like every brush kind of thing is like stuck all the time, you know or not? You understand? So actually tomorrow is my husband's birthday, and we had a party today, and we had some friends around, and I cooked all day yesterday and today, and just finished cleaning. So I need to fix this weird thing. Just stopped working. Yeah. No, wait. Wait. Now I need to fix this thing. Chick, don't go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. This thing, right? Sometimes just not listening to me. Even if I'm a serious teacher and I'm like saying, do this, do that, it's like, what? About languages, we learning as everybody learning language, foreign language at school, right? But I'm a horrible student. I never really learn something that I really use in life through that classes or school. It was just more about life experience, whatever you do. When I arrived to US, I had intermediate, low intermediate level, to be honest. Because I didn't have any practice in Russia, and I before arriving, took some classes on Skype and practiced more like to the what we call conversation, right? Speaking. But I never wanted to learn grammar. And when I actually learned grammar here in the United States, it's still some flaws, right? I can totally I'm sure that I can express whatever I want and explain something. But while we speaking, there is some errors. And I'm usually pretty often mixed up that, he have. I know that he has or we have, but sometimes I just mixed up that things. And what I can do, it's a thing. Try to learn Russian. And I started to learn Spanish. I think that it's pretty possible that I will speak 3 languages at some point. And I think that it's a pretty, pretty, pretty useful language to speak in the United States. So other questions, guys, I will try to find. Do, 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 do. What do you think about Lizzie and Hellstorm? Very interactive with fans on TikTok from March. Oh, Andrea, I don't use TikTok at all. I have account, and even when I posted it, I never actually like explored TikTok. And I'm absolutely not just, able to get along with any social media. I'm a, YouTuber, right? Serious YouTuber. But but I just don't do that. It's so many time you invest in the producing content that you just don't have a time to, spend more in that scrolling. I liked Instagram more, but now Instagram trying to be a TikTok in a way and has a lot like oversaturated with commercial content and everything commercial that I honestly want to just post whatever. I made a cake. Do you want to see my cake? They ate it, by the way, but I have a piece. I'll show you now. Let's go see a cake and some plants, okay? Since we're doing nothing here. So I wanted to make like take a picture of the cake, and post on Instagram. And then I even forgot and I didn't take care. So this is the cake. It's already, of course. Okay, this was the cake. So let me show you my plants. Remember I told you that I love plant, and this one of my favorite one. This one near dining area. So this is my black walls. I'm a very dramatic person. So let's go to, I'll show you. This is actually my canvas. And here is the plants. They all here. Almost, well, in the bedroom too. But you see this one? Do you like it? Do you like my plants? So why nobody's saying anything? They thinking what a live stream. So it's a little mess after party. This is just the funniest thing in the house. Because it just have so many possibilities to print the picture, but I didn't because it's just funny. It's my work, I call it working on my perfectionism. So let it go. And there is the cactus. Isn't it nice? Cactuses are so nice. So there is the other cool plant. Do you want me to tell you how to take care of them? So this console table actually in process to make, because it was used to be blue before, but basically it was before just first of all, I found this console table just on somebody's loan for free in California, and it was just the brown wood color. And then I painted it gray, and then I painted it pretty cool, like different shades of blue. And now I just think that right here it's matching better with black, but I need to buy handles. And this one, it's called Oh, bird of paradise is gonna grow very, very big. And this is my propagation station where you're taking a leaf with a knot, and in the water it's producing that roots. And later, where roots big enough, you planting them. Yes, so this is really, I love this one. But I used to kill them, but now I figure out how to make them cool. So, and and this one is also a pretty cool one because it's growing fast and easy to propagate and make all this trrr. I don't know how it's called. This is my sister and me. This is Monstera. And this is banana tree actually. And I brought it from in that road trip that we had. Yes, I already say that I like to cook, and I consider myself actually a very good cook. Remember who remembers that door when I created this door? It was while I listened to Seventh Son of Seventh Son album and recorded it, but YouTube unfortunately blocked it. But I kind of like it. I made it, you know, to express the feelings from the sound, but now it's just every door in my house has a different kind of theme. So, what we have leftovers. And yeah, I have a balcony on the second floor where I have also growing something. You know, why it's reconnecting? Do you have any? I don't have anyone. I literally have two relatives left, my sister and my mom, and they all lives super far away from me. So I'm gonna be like that rock musicians who singing about loneliness. Yes, because it's hard to build a friendship. Most of the people, you know, basically, even though I'm like girly girl, you know, my interests in art and music and style of the music not matching with any girl with who I met here, and it's hard to, you know, find a common sense, find something on what we can build a conversation. And I like talk about art, and also have that sense of humor. I all the time want to like be a little poopy and sarcastic, and actually there is not much people with a good sense of humor. And in the area where I live now, most of the time it's older people, and I found a few women with who I like to talk, but it's not, you know, easy to build that very genuine friendship. I don't feel like they live like me. And it's a little bit, uh, tough to know, you know, while being married to have a, like a friend, male. I mean, my husband is kind of fine with that, but it's not like I can go and hanging out with that male alone. It's not cool. You know what I mean? That I want to have friends to get all like hanging out and gathering at home. No, it's just I think that here in that area there is no vibe as mine generally, like in the air. There is not that environment for people with that kind of interests. So, but I would like to live close with my family. I oftentimes thinking about like how cool would be, like, hey, call my sister and say, hey, come over for dinner. We're cooking this and that today. And she like coming without that, she arriving from France, but she just nearby, and we kind of sitting and have a dinner or traveling somewhere. Do you have I live in very, very, very boring state right now, which called Virginia. And I live here for year and a half, almost year and a half. And I really want to come back to California. And while I was here, I traveled more on the East Coast. And, I kind of, I found here many pluses. Like where we live, I can go buy grocery. I mean, I can buy grocery anywhere, but where you travel, here is no traffic, zero traffic, never traffic. Nothing is farther than 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away. You don't need to travel anywhere. You traveling because you want, but you don't need. In California, you can in Bay Area, you can be in the traffic for 2 hours, while you can, without traffic, drive this distance for 20-25 minutes. It's a still in your life, right? And many different things. But here is like, if you want to have a family, simple life, it's gonna be cool. If you just a family person without, personal dreams, like to be a performer or musician. So it's a good place where we live, but it's just boring and not, in my opinion, it's not advanced development. But so I thought about where I want to live, and now I really want to live in LA. Not particularly like downtown LA, but near LA, where I can go to Santa Monica within like an hour, within 30 minutes or something. So I want to live there. Like, I want to build there my dream house. I want to make there my forever house. Even though I want in my life to like live in London for a year, or live in Spain, live in Australia. I want to travel and take, advantage of both worlds, and take that culture and that culture and that culture, and explore more things. But general destination, I feel that LA and that vibe, California, it's such a, me. I just feel right there. Do a southern accent for us, please. Well, folks, there was barbecue place. There's a ribs, decent, good mac and cheese with a fine girls. I don't really much speak with that people. I mean, with that heavy accent on the daily basis, but there is a lot of neighbors who speaks that way, and I thought they joking, but no. I have a confession. Sometimes I'm like going to the grocery store. Yes, I do that. I'm a human. And I'm just listening something like I like forcing myself to listen country music. You know, I feel like kind person while I'm walking through these people because I can understand them. You know, while I listen this music, I can like, okay, you just live that way, and I know these songs about that tractor who that he driving and that girl nearby in his small town and all this stuff, they are so, you know, real. These songs, they are about that simple real reality in the small cities, small town America. So kind of feel calm when I listen it. Because when I listen my music, what I love, I feel very like aggressive inside, that I hate everything, that I don't like anything, that I like, you all surround me, what are you wearing, why are you speaking like that, what's in your cart? And like started to be, I hate this place. And when I'm listening country, okay, now we're talking. Now, guys and girls, we understand each other. Oh, Key West, I actually really like. I felt like Florida, even though I've been in Florida before, but this trip, because we were in the car, it was different experience, and I felt that we really seen Florida. It's not like before. No, actually, we seen Florida because we traveled in the car too. But it was like we rented the car in Miami and went to Naples. But this time we traveled through the whole Florida like this. Really seen everything. I mean, what's on the way. And it was a lot of stops for a few days, and I like nature a lot. This nature gave me that feel that I was on vacation and it was somewhere else. It was like I traveled to another country, because Florida, it's not like anything here. And I like Key West. It was a cool, kind of historical downtown, something that you're not expecting there because it's just a tiny islands connected with the road. But there we did camping. I wanted to do camping for so long in my life. It was that ocean bay, and like right here the tent, and the tent, through that net you see the stars and you sleep in that breeze from the ocean, just brings you that wind through that net, and you enjoy. And I remember that few nights like such a joy, such a sweet sleep. I mean, Sophie just, of course, gave me some stress with running around, but I just really enjoyed it. And we also did camping in the Ginny Springs, very beautiful place, very beautiful springs, but this was not the camping that I would like to, say, oh my God, I love it, because it was in the forest and it was, of course, a lot of bugs, everyday rain, very, very big rain, very hard, a lot of rain, and your child running away all the time, and it's dark, and you don't have lights, because when we arrived, all our lights were solar, and we didn't charge them on the first day. We arrived late, and it was the time when I'm trying to do a barbecue meat, and Sophie all the time running away, and you're afraid because it's kind of forest and you barely see her. It was just very bad stress. But when I dived into this Genie Springs, oh, that was a happiness. And I wish to do a camping more and more. Just you need to do it in the good locations, in that cool areas where surrounding is very beautiful. Have a few spots that I've seen in Arizona and California, and I really looking forward to that. I was in Denver, in Colorado, just one day, but I like that place. Just it's kind of has a little bit of San Francisco in it, and surrounded beautiful mountains, but I didn't have enough of time to experience the place and the people. So I think that in Virginia, if I will play radio, I would I have literally only one radio station that plays rock, and basically the Christian music gonna dominate here, and a lot, and like a little bit of country. Oh, Thomas, older country is good. The new crap about the tractor dog and broken heart. Really, yeah. Sometimes I listen and I found some nice songs, but that songs, what nice about the songs? Melody. There are songs with a beautiful melody and cool, actually, guitar solo. They are like rockish, But man, the lyrics is just, give me any lyrics and of two songs, it's gonna be like the same thing, about the same thing, and nothing like, well, it's not a tool or anything crazy and progressive. Oh, thank you, Gary. Do-do-do-do. I actually visited Norfolk. There was my stamp for the passport, that I don't have that green card in hand, so I need a stamp in the passport. And I need to go there again now. No, I lived in San Francisco, not LA, but I kind of, first thing that I've seen in the United States, first thing, it was LA. I arrived to LA airport and it was early March. No, it was late March. I arrived to United States March 24. And because I lived in Moscow, I can tell Moscow, March is a winter. It's snow, it's very cold. And I just after winter arriving to the place that just for me like a paradise. And my husband, well, back then my boyfriend, oh, it's cool to say boyfriend. He like meeting me in the airport and driving me to the hotel right on this road near the ocean. And I say, stop, come on, it's ocean, it's Pacific Ocean. And I'm jumping from the car and that beach, that smell of the air, it was such a revelation to me, like a piece of freedom. And we went to some locations, movie like, and I was super excited. And I really liked LA that time. And then we start drive in a few days to San Francisco, and oh my God, I said, why are we leaving? Where are you going to bring me? And then we arrive into San Francisco. I remember driving through the downtown and through the Bay Bridge to visit his dad's house and take something. And I just fell in love. But we traveled to LA, of course, many times. And sometimes I loved it, sometimes I hated it. But now I just, especially our last visit in that Christmas, honestly, I just found, I like discovered it more and more and more. And as everywhere, we have these pros and cons that yes, there are areas very expensive with the homeless, with the horrible traffic. And LA way worse traffic than Bay Area, even though Bay Area is very brutal. But I kind of thinking about what we're waiting for. I feel that I have that dream. I want to open my eyes and see in the morning that beautiful view from the mountain, build own house from that scratch, buy a land and have that. I'm just dreaming about it. And I believe that it's not just a dream. So I kind of think LA is my place. It could be, not called in the Google Maps, it's can called not LA. This could be that small towns. Doesn't matter. Because to be honest, I want to live like in the house, in the quiet, family-friendly area. So, San Francisco housing. Yeah, it's about like 3 times more than here. I remember you basically in San Francisco, you can't find any place cheaper, like 1 bedroom cheaper than 2,500. It was, you find in some stupid apartment, ugly carpet land, you know, and it's cost 2.5 per month, plus utilities, internet and stuff. Or like mortgage, $3,000 a month, and plus 5. Can you imagine our HOA in our house when we lived already like as a family with Sophie? It was $500 per month because we had a pool and somebody cutted the grass. It wasn't even like playground and anything like, you know, gym and stuff. It was just a pool and nothing else. $500. Now, now we're paying $75 a month for somebody cleaning the snow and grass. Huh? Cool, right? Of course, money is a big reason, right? You have more money to spend for traveling and quality stuff, and you have more time to live life. But here I kind of feel, I need to all the time go somewhere. And there I even don't need to really leave California to experience different things, because California just offering you everything. And plus here, I live in the area where I need to go to another state, literally to North Carolina to have a flight. From here, I have no direct flights anywhere. It's so inconvenient. Okay, guys, tomorrow is the Monday. Was somebody already have Monday? And tomorrow, I finally gonna bring Sophie to the school. So I'm looking forward to that. And it was a good talk. Thank you for... And yes, Andrea, I will think about too very soon. It's just, you know, that kind of band, I don't want to just sit and talk about something like a teaching class. You know, I want to kind of express something while I'm listening it. And I don't know, guys, did I answer for everything? What is the lottery or raffle to win the green card? What I experienced, it's not, I didn't have lottery. I applied for green card because I was married and had a kid. So this was my case. And as you remember, I arrived to US as a student. My status was a student. So it wasn't any lottery, and it's pretty brutal to get a green card. So okay, guys, have a good time. Good night. Thank you for joining me.